Biafrans, lovers of freedom, Oduduwa people, great people all over the nations of the world who desire truth, justice, equity, good conscience, and who desire that we get our freedom and at the same time freeing all the nations in the contraption that have been held out of their will for these years, held by the wicked British structure, wicked British Empire, and the wicked British enterprise. I want to greet you all this day, and I want to appreciate you for joining this live broadcast. This is Why Africa on Biafra Global Network. And today we're looking at the issues that concerns us so much and that bothers us in all that we do and in all that we represent. It is so annoying to know that as at this time, we are still dealing with people who are trying to stop us from getting our freedom. But of course, we know what we're doing, and definitely we are certain to get our freedom. And we are going to do everything it takes. In the next 100 days, we are going to be in our free land, and nothing created can stop us. Nothing created can stop us. Thank you all for joining. My name is Kelechi Ambrose, and without wasting time, before I, go, on the updates, happening all over the nations of the world, before coming to what we have to do today, I am going to say welcome one more time, and I'm going to read your messages for those of us who are already joining all over the nations of the world. Please just like this video now, because we're going to be talking about sensitive things and very critical things that concerns us. As we wait for our guest who will be coming in as soon as he's ready to come in. But we shall proceed without hesitation. I want you to like this video. As you're coming on, please just like the video and begin to share on all your social media platforms, because we must circulate this message. We want to teach our people what to do. We want to let our people understand what they need to do so that they can defend their land. We can't allow, it's not possible. We can't be alive to see Fulanis ravage communities in our land and take over any community in our land. They cannot take over 1 inch, not to talk about hectare or plot of land. 1 inch, if there's anything like that, of land in Biafra land, in Biafra territory, sorry. They shall not take over 1 inch, not to talk about a plot or a meter or whatever. We are going to defend our land. We're going to take what belongs to us, and we're going to decimate the enemies. That's what we're going to do. I want to thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I know that he's coming out very soon. We all know that. Sure, we're expecting him. I want to thank Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is doing fantastic work according to how we all can see, who is representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as the leader until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out. I want to thank the Professor Akintoye of the Oduduwa nation as leading the people strongly to the cause of freedom. I want to thank Sunday Adeyemo Igboho for his strength and resilience, for bringing a new dimension into this concept. I want to thank every one of the media personnel working both in the Oduduwa nation and in Biafra nation, the Umuada, and everybody in different committees working to see that we get our freedom. I want to thank you contributing to fund ESN. I want to thank you circulating the truth all over social media and to see that we dominate the media space. I want to thank you supporting ESN, funding ESN. I want to thank the ESN and the Alliance, General Oji, and everyone who is part of the Alliance, all over the nations of the world, those who are supporting Biafra and who are standing strong, and to see that we get what we have to get. And thank you all. I want to go straight to your messages. As the custom here is, the first person to send a message today is Kennedy Obilo. Thank you, Kennedy Obilo, all the way from Edo State, Ibilo area of Edo State. Thank you so much, my brother, for your message. All must hail Biafra, and that is what we have come to do today. I want to thank you, Chidex. You are the second person. Udoderigi Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, and peace unto you also as we go on. I want to thank Obri's Dishes. Good to see you again today, and Shabbat Shalom, Mazi Kelechi, and everyone. Thank you so much, Obri's Dishes. I want to thank you. I want to thank Emenike Chibo, always here. Greetings, Biafra or Biafrans. Thank you so much, Emenike Chibo, for your message. I'm delighted to see you here. You're always here. More British is the eagle has landed. Yes, the eagle has landed. And of course, when eagles land, you know what happens. Emenike Chibo say, good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Emenike. Good afternoon to you also. Seth, you're here today. Wanoche, thank you. Seth Wanoche, thank you for being part of this today. You're welcome, brother. Thank you so much, and welcome too. I welcome you especially, Seth Wanoche. Thank you. Edith Nedu, thank you. Good evening, Mazi Kelechi. Love, and also good evening from here too, and my love to you too. Thank you all, and also to Ikenna Abalobi. All hail Biafra, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you. All hail Biafra. And the Water Pro Max program is going on. Ikenna Abalobi also. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. Good afternoon to you also. And also, I want to thank Edith Nedu says, good afternoon, my Biafra people. Good afternoon to all Biafrans from you. And of course, they have received the greeting. Chidozie Edwin says, more grace. Thank you, Chidozie Edwin. More grace to you also. We continue to do this because watching and also sharing is part of, you need the grace of God to be able to be convinced and to have the spirit of Biafra to actually begin to circulate messages like this so that we can dominate the media space and take over what belongs to us. Evermart, thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, Mazi Kelechi. Is this live, please? Yes, Evermart, you're live. You're live. Thank you so much. Of course, you've contacted me on WhatsApp, so we also chat. So good to have you here, and good to know that we're all here. Every one of you watching from all over the nations of the world, I want to thank you for joining. And also, of course, I want to say that today we're going to be looking at something critical that concerns us. Before we go into all of those details, we are going to first of all, I'm going to lay an introduction first before we're going to all of those details. All those of you sending messages, please keep sending your messages. Your messages are important. Before we go on into the details, I want to let you know we are going to open the lines today for anyone to call. Please take the number right now. You can write it somewhere so that you can join and you can call in whenever we want to call, whenever we open the lines for you to call in. Remember, this is going to be an interactive program because we're talking about the security of the indigenous communities of Biafra. We have seen our people. I'm going to play that video again today. Our people running away from what an abomination. Our people running away from their communities. The communities our fathers have lived in for over 5,000 years, and suddenly some lanky idiots and infidels come in, suck our people, and then they begin to run helter-skelter. We are going to be talking about how to secure our communities today in this program. And that is what this program has been designed for. Because the worst thing that can happen is for any community in Biafra land to think that it is happening in one community and it is just there. It's not going to come to their community. Even if it won't come to your community, it is your responsibility. The onus is on you to secure any community in Biafra land. Because Biafrans, we behave like the Jews because we are Jews. We protect every single soul in Biafra is precious. Every single soul in Biafra is precious. Every single soul in Biafra, any Biafran is precious, whether rich or poor, big or small, child or adult, lady or male, female, male, whoever, whether, no matter your status, we don't care. One person killed is supposed to anger every one of us, every Biafran. But before I go into those details, please take the number +212 +212 707 898 194 +212 707 898 194. Now I'm going to give some brief about 4 particular news that concerns what we're doing today. Somehow, although they are news, of happening all over the nations of the world, but there are 2 of them that directly concerns us, especially regarding the status of the international community and the status of even the so-called elders or so-called people in the zoo, in that contraption called Nigeria. Their falsehood, their wickedness, their hypocrisy, and all of that. All these so-called people who call themselves elder statesmen. We're going to be dealing on those 2 things. But first, I want to go to Ukraine. We hear that Ukraine has been, you see the same thing that happened to us in those days in 1967. That is what is happening to the Ukrainians right now. Right now, there's a report that most cities or communities in Ukraine the people may begin to freeze to death because of the winter and because power supply have been cut almost in half. And that is the same thing that happened to us. Air-sea blockade, and you keep the people in and keep them to suffer gradually until they keep dying gradually. These are people who were part of destroying us. That's not our business. We're not looking at that, but we're using it as a case scenario to tell you how wicked, these people can be. They are not human. They are heartless. Now you can imagine a government bombarding the electricity or the city structure, the structure infrastructure for disseminating electricity to the people. They cut it, they destroy it, they send missiles, into, shell all of those places so that the people will be out of power, out of gas and power, and then they will begin to freeze. That means they're going to die gradually. This is one of the strategies. This is the kind of, just imagine this situation, you finding yourself in between ice, and then what's supposed to give you heat, so to preserve you, somebody comes and destroys it, and then you have to die gradually, freezing until you are dead. That is what happened to our people in 1967. The same also relates to how our people are being killed today. It is the same strategy, and we shall not allow it to happen in Biafra. We've said it, there's not going to be this time around no air, sea, land blockade. But you can imagine what the Ukrainians are feeling right now. The same thing they supported to do against Biafra, they are experiencing it today from the same people they were together with to fight and destroy us. Anyways, that is what is happening over there. We are not saying that we like what is happening to them. They are not, after all, most of them who are suffering it now were not there when the war happened, and it's their children suffering it. And so, but we are not God. We don't determine what should happen to people. God is the one who unleashes vengeance, but we are making it as a lesson to us that just like it is happening, we are going to have it as a lesson. We're not going to allow these Fulanis surround us, killing us from every corner, putting us in fear. This is the strategy. They destroy your mind, just like the Russians destroying the infrastructure, of the electricity infrastructure of the Ukrainians. Now they put them in a situation where they become demoralized, and then the environment and the situation begin to plunge them into, that circumstance, and where their hearts begin to yearn for life, but they cannot hold on anymore until they die. And so they come to destabilize and kill our people. Our people now get into fear, begin to leave their communities and all of those stuff. And now there's trouble. This is what we're not going to allow to happen. Now, of course, we hear of in Uganda, the schools have closed 2 weeks earlier before time because of the Ebola outbreak, which is the way it is going now. It's like the deadliest outbreak so far in Uganda. The Ebola outbreak is so deadly in that place. Anyways, we pray that God will help them to sort this out. The children are leaving their schools now, 2 weeks, closing 2 weeks before the time of closure, to be home. Of course, these same children will go through the normal place before they leave their dormitories or whatever and begin to go home. They will pass through, they will meet. So they've been away from the the populace all this while when the Ebola began. But now they have to go into the system again. We hope that they are protected, they are secure. We hope that the government there will try to secure them to get home safely without getting in contact with someone who has Ebola out there or something. Now there's one particular news or one particular news I want to talk about today. As at yesterday, BBC was doing a documentary regarding China and Taiwan. Now you know that China has been insisting that Taiwan is part of them, and of course we know that you don't force people to be part of you, and of course we know that the Taiwanese are a democracy. The Chinese are not. They're not a democracy. So their system of operation and all of that, of course, languages even is this different. But anyway, somehow they have similar, kinds of culture. They are similar. They're just the same people, even if they have difference in languages. And this one have embraced democracy and all of that. The cultural values have changed. That's now creates a disparity because this one believe in democracy, this other one don't believe in democracy. Sorry, please. We know that now they are two different people. So culturally, they are divided. Now, BBC saw the value in that and they capitalized on that to try to explain to people. Took time to carry out a documentary of almost 30 minutes talking about how Taiwan is different from China. They tried to convince people through that documentary yesterday, and I was listening to the documentary and I was getting very angry. These are the same people who know that we have a difference in our system. The Nigeria contraption does not represent the interest of anybody. We don't have anything in common. You can even say China and Taiwan have something in common to an extent. But in the realm of the zoo, the contraption that was brought together and named Nigeria, we don't have anything in common. The only thing we have is that we have 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 eyes, and 1 nose, like every human being have all over the nations of the world. But our brains are not even the same because the way we reason is completely different because our brains have been enshrouded or have been encapsulated by the concept of our reasoning. Our reasoning is not the same, not to talk about our culture and everything that has to do with us. But you can see the hypocrisy of the British government and the British media organization. carrying out a documentary just to insist that Taiwan must be a nation of its own. Insisting that Taiwan must be a nation of its own. Whereas Biafrans have been crying and yearning for their own nation, and yet these people are saying nothing. These people are turning a blind eye to the killings. They see the people decimated. They see our people leaving their communities. Now they are still turning a blind eye. That is why we are going to do anything in the next 100 days to free our nation. That is why we are not going to look at anybody. We are not interested whether they are concerned. We're not interested what the international community is doing. We're not interested in any of the actions. We're not interested in their activities. We're not interested in their notions. We are not interested in their concept or in their plan or in their democratic system or the way of Takia. Use this concept of democracy and go to your House of Representatives. Also go and lay your complaints so that they can now get into this and begin to think of giving you a referendum. We don't care. We are taking our freedom by force, because you can't, for you to enslave us, you can't enslave people unless you apply force. Before people can be enslaved, they have to be forced into it. That means before they can be free, they have to forcefully get their freedom. So if we were forcefully brought into that contraption, we must forcefully get it. So we are not going to depend on the international community. We are going to take it by force. So we hear some of those people who will come to tell you that why you are causing more death in the system. You are causing because of what you people are saying, talking about war, talking about defending our land, talking about fighting back, buying weapons and all of that. They are coming to kill you. Now let me ask those idiots questions. The people who are dying, say because of the activities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people are dying. Because of the activities of Simon Ekpa, people are dying. Because of activities of IPOB, autopilot, people are dying. Such kind of stupid analysis. Now let me ask them this question. Who is making people die in Borno? Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a Borno citizen? Who is making people die? Last weekend on Sunday or so, this Sunday, over hundreds of people were kidnapped in Zamfara. Hundreds of people were kidnapped in Zamfara. Who is making that kind of, many of them killed, some of them kidnapped? All this while in the north, they have been killed, they have been kidnapped. Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a citizen of the north? Is anybody in the north asking for freedom? So why are they being killed? So how do you relate this? We're asking for freedom. They are coming to attack us. People are sitting down on their own. They are still coming to kill them. And you are saying because we're asking for freedom and we say we're going to defend our land. We saw when they were killing those people and we started talking. We said we are going to defend our land, make sure these people don't come into our land. And when we see them, we kill them back because we know their mission is death. They are on an assignment of kill, of death. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the north asking them to free the north. Houses have been under the domination all these years. Houses have been under their domination since 1803. Houses have been under yet they are going to kill the communities at least in those places in the north. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not asking them to leave the houses alone. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is campaigning, even if what you are campaigning, where it is an extension to free everybody, but he's not directly part of them. None of them have risen there to say free us. No house have risen to say free us. No baggy person have risen to say free us. None of them have said we want to have our independence of our own or our nation of our own. Yet you are going to kill them. And then we now are defending ourselves from those people who have been killing these people and coming to our land. You are telling us that our actions is making them kill us. How? The military and all of that is the same Boko Haram, that they are the same people in that military. Thousands of them have been put in the military, and then so that they will give them uniform, so that the international community will see them like people representing, a nation. And then when they enter your land, they begin to kill you. They come and bombard our marketplaces, kill our people, killing us as, oh my God. And somebody is saying that our activity is making them kill us. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he began IPOB, when we were just going with flag and protest, asking for freedom, were they not killing us? Even before that time, they have been killing people in the north. Did the Northerners ask for freedom? So why are they killing them? Does that not tell you that this mission of killing is total? It doesn't have anything to do with whether you're asking for freedom or not. It is about subjugation. Just like what it happened, just like how it happened to the Hausa nation. It is about taking your land and taking over what belongs to you. That's what it's about. We're going to go deep into that. Now, the thing I want to talk about right now that's going to lead me into this matter critically here, because we're going to be looking at critical things, that concerns how our people are going to get themselves secure. I'm still expecting our guest, but however it is, I have what it takes to tell you what I need to tell you in defense of our land. But whenever he comes in, we're going to continue from there. We're going to continue with him. Now, listen. I'm seeing your messages. Okay, let me before I go on, let me go to the messages. Joseph O is sending his greetings. You say you are doing well, bro. May God bless you. Thank you so much, Joseph O. He say to you, good day, Mazi Kelechi and Margaret Jogwe. Thank you so much. Good day to you too. Let me read them quickly before I continue. Everma says, please share in every platform that allows you to share this program. Please share. We beseech you to share this everywhere. I've done mine. Queue up, guys. Thank you so much, Evermas. Thank you so much for setting the pace about on that. Please, let's share. Flash the number on the page. It's better. It's much better. Okay, I will flash the number. Maybe I'm going to put it. I'm going to pin the number. On the comment section. Okay, let me not go there, but sometimes when I go to this comment section, suddenly all the messages will disappear. Okay, let me just peg the number for now before I begin to read your messages. After this broadcast, I'm going to go to the messages. So I'll just put the number on the screen now, so you can see the number +2127078989194. So I will not go on messages right now until when I'm through with discussions, and then I'll begin to read your messages, and then from there we continue strongly on the details and on what we're talking about. So that's what we have to do. So for now, let's go straight to what we should do and all of that. So now we hear that in Ethiopia, Olusegun Obasanjo, the former contraption president, had gone to negotiate for a peace agreement. He negotiated for a peace agreement between Ethiopian government and the Tigray forces. Now we hear that they have succeeded in doing that. Now you see the hypocrisy amongst our people, and you know what? Do you see how evil AU is? This is someone who has presided over a slavery entity called Nigeria. When he was president, every nation under him were slaves. He finished it. He didn't call for a referendum. He didn't make sure that the people become free. He became president for 8 years and left, even seeking for another third term until they removed him. They now still took that kind of person who supervised slavery to go and negotiate, peace treaty with Ethiopia and Tigray. And now they are making him a hero. He has succeeded in bringing peace to Ethiopia and Tigray. But in his land, Oduduwa land, his people are fighting for freedom. His people are being killed in their forests, in their farms. His own farm was even attacked. Wole Soyinka's farm was attacked also. Yes, Wole Soyinka's farm was attacked. He has heard of the killing of even one of Oduduwa elders' daughter, Fashoranti, or I think that's the name also. He knows about the killings. He knows that Britain has put the people under subjugation. He has all these facts. He knows all of this. He has not come to say he wants peace in his own land by asking for referendum. Rather, he is telling the people to vote wisely, and he will come and tear the ticket for this party, or his card for a party, and tell you he's no more part of this party. He's going into another party. They keep enslaving the people, and yet they are the ones who are seeking for peace for other people. But in his own nation, Oduduwa nation, the people are asking for freedom. He has not volunteered himself to be an instrument to sit between the people and the caliphate and the British contraption to make sure that freedom is achieved. because the peace that can come into that location, that geographical location called Nigeria, is only when there is a referendum conducted and the people decide where they want to be. That is the only time you can talk about peace. If you like, bring anybody who you think is so just and holy and put that person under that contraption, under that constitution of that contraption to lead or to rule, you are still going to have the same results. Things will keep going down. The annoying thing here is that, look at behind me now, you'll see the map of Africa. You will see the blessings Chukwu Okike has given us in Africa. And yet we have to be subjected to slavery so that we will not be able to enjoy these gifts. Aside the natural mineral resources and all of that we have gifted people full of the wisdom that has been given to them. But yet, we are suffering. Now, let me tell you this. There is no way. Now, I want to tell you this. Now, we're going into the broadcast critically because we want to talk about tactics every community must adopt to secure our land. Every community in Biafra land. First, I want every community to understand this. We are all under attack. Whether it has come to your community or not, we are all under attack. Whether your community has been touched or not, we are all under attack. Whether you think you are not yet, you have not yet seen any bombing or any of this in your community, we are all under attack. As much as one community is under attack, you and I are under attack, because it only takes such little delays and negligence for them to come into our own communities to attack us. The truth is that they are all over our bushes, which means that they are closer to you than you think. So for the fact that they have not come out to you is because they are counting the times and waiting for instruction to strike. They are attacking that Enugu axis and province axis and all those places because those places are close to the border of Biafra. But in the main places like Igocha in Imo State, or all those places, Owerri, and province and all these provinces in Biafra, they are in our bushes. Now, let me tell you something. This leads me to the next point. Every bush, all the bushes in our land have at least Fulanis clustered somewhere or the other. They were able to locate those places not on their own, but through the help of some people. Now, listen to this. You see all those Fulanis and Hausas who have been in your community for all these years, and you have come to familiarize with them. Some of them are your friends. Some of them flow with you and laugh with you and look so nice that they have made you believe that they are very nice people. You see those people, 99% of the times suggests that they are the ones informing their people in the Sahel and all over about the community and the terrain. Now, let me tell you, when Usman Danfodio was in Hausa land with his father, and when he was born in that land, he and his people were critically involved in strategic, devious pattern of manipulation using social approach. They made the people feel comfortable about them so much, and the people saw them as if they are harmless. They made the people believe in them so much so that the people got them involved in their practical daily lives, understood them very well. The people understood them so much, and they understood the people very well because they opened themselves up to the people, to Usman Danfodio and his family and his cohorts, those who have planned the systemic destruction of the Hausa kingdom. Usman Danfodio was born in that place. He grew there in that place. He submitted himself to the authority as if he is very social and very gentle, very respectful, and very proactive in the concept of promoting the Hausa kingdom and the Hausa nation. He manipulated himself, just like we have these people around us. All the people, no matter what you think about them, as much as they are in Biafra land, deceiving you, behaving as if they love you, behaving as if they like you. They have been in your market, selling your market, moving around, sewing shoes, doing all of these things. These people are dangerous. That is the same tactics they used all centuries ago. They have been using these tactics to conquer people over the time. Now, in this digital age, the tactics here now is that they that are in your midst are the ones who announce to those in the Sahel about you. And so every of our communities have them. They know the terrain. The reason why these people will come and kill and somehow and run away and just like that, using this guerrilla approach to attack us and go back is because they actually have people who led them into that terrain. And with that knowledge, they were able to understand how to penetrate the communities where people are and then take off and how to run back. So the tactics is critical, and it is the tactics we are going to utilize to defeat them. Now, every of those people that sew shoes, sell, things, move around, picking some stuff, iron, they sell you iron bender or whatever they call them themselves, iron, they want to buy iron, they want to buy waste things and all of that. All those people. Now, let me tell you something. Both the ones that are Hausas are also very dangerous. Do you know why I said so? Don't say, oh, these ones are not Fulanis, they are Hausas. No. Anytime somebody is under slavery, they have no voice of their own. The Hausas don't have a voice of their own. So the wickedness they're going to perpetrate is because they are at gunpoint by the Fulanis. So in their land, they already have it. They are already subjected to the Fulanis. And so they would only work the program of the Fulanis because they are more closer to the Fulanis than you. They've been with the Fulanis for years. They have similar beliefs. They are almost the same kinds of people, even if the Hausa nation are mild people, are level-headed people. But because of their similarities, based on religious connection, they have become sentimentally together. That sentiment is what has made the Hausa nation refuse to revolt and to fight back since 1807 or so, when the conquest, or 09, when the conquest was completed. They have refused to revolt. They have refused to fight back. They have refused to pick up the gauntlet. They have refused to stand strong and speak out, even if we are showing the signs and giving them signals to do that through Biafra agitation. They have refused to do that. Basically, because they have refused to do that, simply means that they have been subdued and they are still under the spell of that subjection. They are still under the spell and the grip and the shock. They have not recovered, and they will not recover soon unless the fighting begins strongly, which Biafra is going to initiate. Because they have started killing, we're going to initiate that random attack on them. And we're going to do it without looking back. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, and as Mazi Simon Ekpa have said, if they don't allow us to go, we will burn down Nigeria. We're not mincing words. It is not a threat. It is a promise. As long as they have decided to kill one Biafran. You see, we are Jews. When you kill one of us, we don't forget. For the fact that they had that courage and temerity, that they had that audacity to enter into our land, enter into our farm, the business of our people, kill one person, not to talk about the thousands they have killed. They are not going to go scot-free. We will deal with them. But we're telling them, if they don't give us freedom, if they don't decide to call for referendum, because they can't give us freedom, if they don't decide to call for referendum and hands off Biafra, we are going to burn down the zoo. As simple as that. It is not a double. We're not bending the words. Send this message to anywhere. We are going to burn down Nigeria, and it is a promise. Because we cannot be alive to see you guys, idiots, infidels, enter our land, take my land, Biafra land. It is impossible. Or else everything in the zoo will go down. It will become smoke everywhere. We are making it known to them. Let's go back to what we saying. No person who is under bondage would have the courage to break the rules of their bosses or their slave masters. So every Hausa person in your community, whether they are Fulanis or Hausas, are 90% possible to carry out the orders of the Fulanis than to carry out your order. Because they are subject to the Fulanis first, even if they are free in your area. They capitalize on the freedom they have in your area to attack you. Now, what are we going to do this time? You see, everybody who is a Fulani or an Hausa in your community right now is a suspect. Design a plan to begin to monitor them, monitor their calls. Of course, they will speak their languages. I don't know if you have people who speak their languages who can also be able to, but if we don't have that, but monitor their body language, because they will join you to be hiding. They want to be the ones to join you to be hiding. Hey, these are our people. I don't know why our people are doing this. They want to make you feel that they are not part of it. But let me tell you, 99% of the times they are part of it. Because the Fulanis coming into our bushes and communities are not coming there. Those ones who don't even know the place, coming all the way from Tanzania and all those and Sudan and all those places, the Niger Republic, coming down from the Sahel, flocking in with trailers. They don't know where they're going. It is only the trailer man that knows where they're going, and being radioed, and as he's receiving information from people within us, those ones that have been with us who have the information. Remember, our own saboteurs are there foolishly. All they are doing is just allow them to do what they want to do and get money. But the ones giving the information to come in are their own people, because they will trust the words of their own people than they will trust the words of even our saboteurs, because they know that they call us all infidels. So even you, the saboteur, is also, if they come, when they begin to invade and kill, when they catch you, they kill you too. But the main issue here is those ones who actually they can trust, the Hausas and the Fulanis that have lived with us all these years. These are the ones that they would trust. These are the ones that direct them into the bushes. These are the ones who have noticed the bushes, who are everywhere, who know the terrain, who have directed them to where they can camp and be safe. They are the ones who have pushed this. These are the ones we must target. We are in a state of war. This is not a matter of, these ones have not done us anything. Please, we are in a state of war. Isolate them and then subject them. Isolate them in the sense that don't make them obviously know that you're isolating them physically. Isolate them in the realm of your acceptance. Opening up and speaking so many things to them to hear what you're saying. I'm speaking to every community in Biafra land. Then begin to monitor them. Let everybody become, we are smart people. Let everybody become smart. Begin to monitor them to their areas and their camp. Monitor the way they're moving. But let me tell you see those radio and those little things they have in behind, those little phones. They are speaking to their masters. They are the eyes of their masters. And we must destroy that. We must destroy that. So the first tactic is to be an intelligence officer for your community. Every Biafran, male or female, you must be an intelligence officer. You must be sensitive. You must be very, very sensitive. You must be very, very observant. You must be very, very observant. You must observe every move, both of the Fulanis around you, or the saboteurs, because somehow they get details from the saboteurs who are Biafrans. So you must be observant. You in the communities, whatever your differences are, remember, you need to live together to actually sort your differences. You need to have life to actually even bear that grudge you want to bear. Because if you don't have life, you will not even be able to bear grudge. So let's say you are somebody who is a grudge machine. You like bearing grudge. You like quarreling with people. You like fighting people around you. You fight your brothers. You fight your family members. Let's just believe that you're a fighting machine. Design that fighting now to face the enemies and then defeat the enemies because they are coming to kill you. By the time you defeat them, then go back to your grudging technique, strategy. You can now have life to continue the grudge. But for now, you have to you must be allies. There's a particular movie I watched one certain time. This I think Japanese or something, a Japanese officer or so, I don't know what Japanese or Chinese officer, was actually chasing, he's an intelligence officer and all of that, and of course a criminal investigator or something. He was chasing a particular lady who is a criminal, and at a point he got to the point where he saw her, he started chasing her and all of that, and then somehow I think she went to hide inside of a particular vehicle, this freezing vehicle, this freezing van that has this freezing machine behind it, big van. She went to hide inside of that van, and then when she hid there, the van was not already the freezing stuff was not on, so it was still mild, it was not freezing. So the man now somehow he jumped into that stuff. So when he jumped into that stuff to actually grab her or something, somehow the owner of the van or something just came and closed the place, and then started driving off. He didn't know people were inside, and they were inside fighting. And then he was driving and then put on the machine, and the thing started freezing. Do you know inside of that place, the temperature began to get colder and colder and colder. The freezing temperature, 0 degrees Celsius. It got to that point, everywhere started becoming iced. And the two of them have been fighting. At a point, when fighting, you are sweating. So you were not mind, you didn't even know something was happening. And then suddenly they started feeling the cold. They started feeling like they are freezing. And at a point, they began to freeze. Do you know what the man did? He knew that for them to leave, the two of them, for him to leave, he needs the support of the lady. So what he did was he now grabbed the lady. They now grab each other to feel warm, so that the warmth from their body they will feel it. And then he removed his jacket to cover them so that they can feel warm. Now, at that point in time, even if he wanted to arrest her and their enemies and something like that, it was not important. The most important thing is to be alive. Because after they are alive and they are able to get out of that situation, the fighting will continue. So that is the same tactics here now. Every community, no matter your differences, this Umwada here, or whatever they call these people, whatever they call them, having this and all of that, and all of that, and all of that, all of these, you must get to the point where please, let me just pick this call. Let me see. Now, sorry about that. I needed to pick it and call them back. Now, they had to secure their lives before they started talking about the fight later or the arrest later. When the man later opened the van, saw the two of them shaking, they were holding themselves. That was how they were saved. And they were rushed to the hospital. And as at that point, they had saved each other. Because if they had continued to fight and this one fall here and the other one fall here, you stay on your own, I stay on my own, they will freeze. But that holding together was able to secure them at least to the time they were rescued. This is what every community must do now. Number one, be an eye of your community. Two, you must now begin to network. Every young person, whether male or female, those ones who are agile, begin to connect with those ones in your community who are rugged. You need to connect to them now in your community. Those ones who are rugged, begin to locate young boys and around you and all of that. If it has not come to your community, it doesn't mean it won't come to your community. When you begin to locate them, begin to bring them together. Of course, in your community, you will definitely know, most of you, of course, you know those people who are saboteurs within you. You know them. They are always few. In every community, the people who are saboteurs are always few. So there's no need of getting yourself worked up with who is going to sabotage and who is not going to sabotage. You already in communities that, news within communities are always circulated, and it is easier to know what is happening from one house to the other. So in that community or in that village that you are from, you must identify, who and who is a likely saboteur. based on their actions, their behaviors, the way they operate, and some stuff. You know all of that. Get more with the people who are even more. The people you can, at least to an extent, know that, see, by the time you preach to them, see, we are going to die if we don't do what we have to do. So we must save ourselves. You get them together, and then you begin to harness your collective strength. Every community have people who are skillful. Mazin Namdekan the other time was telling us about this local bomb. You take this bottle, you put fuel, you all of the. Some people say it's expensive now. Fuel is expensive. Blah blah blah. Contribute money. Collect 50 naira or 100 naira from each person. Begin to build these things. You need weapons. You need weapons and begin to build them. Discuss how you're going to hide these things, whether underground, a place where you can easily access, then have hidden corners, because you know your terrain very well. For every young person, have hidden places you can hide, places you build, even to the point of building an underground stuff. Get yourselves prepared so that when things happen, you relocate your people into that place, like that looks like a den or that hiding place, and then from there you begin to do, and then begin to strategize. You locate the main entrance and exit, and the main ones and the ones that are not main in your community, because they are foot soldiers who have been within you, know the terrain, both the main terrain and the one that are not main. So they know how to. They have given them information. So that is the information they're going to give them. And the problem here is that those Fulanis who are coming in only know that information, but they don't know how much you know, because you were born there, you have been there. Even if these other ones walk around your community, they know very well. There is not much they can actually inform others, because they cannot take them out and begin to show them the terrain. So even if they give them a map on how to locate your community, they have a restricted, they can have a map that tells them you can go through here, you can go through here, you can go through here. But the truth about it is that even when they're going to come through a means, it will be difficult for them to harness other means of escape, because they are not wise and smart to be able to. This is something that is theoretical, but you have practical knowledge of your terrain. The tactics here is guerrilla, and this is what I'm telling you. You build these local weapons, have knives, have cutlasses, have sharp knives, have this locally made bomb, fuel, and all of that, these explosives, have them with you. Those ones who know how to build local weapons, whether pistols or whatever, you begin to do that now. Get some other people, begin to teach them. And that's your community. Have your technology team. Have your strategy team. Have a team that strategize. This is the location. This is the map. Those ones who are very good in mapping in your community. This is the entrance. This is the exit. This is the place in this our community. This is from this side you can access this other community. Now you radio this other community. They are doing their own work too. They are connecting with you. Their technical team is connecting with your team. They are now building the map, linking from your own side, so that in case this will run from your community to their community, they can, from there you will radio them. They will be able to deal with them there. You have your technical team, you have your technological team, and then you have your weapon building team. You begin to work together. You have your information team. You have these teams in your community. You must not join ESN before you do this. ESN is going to do their job, but they cannot be everywhere. Not everyone is a member of ESN. ESN is doing their job, but these people are coming to communities where before ESN may even come, they have already done what they want to do and go. So in your community, it is very important you design this concept. So you don't need to go to school. Of course, we're smart people. You don't even need to go to school to adopt a guerrilla tactics. All you need to do is, one, you look at the strength of everybody. This one knows how to create this. This one knows how to design this. This one knows how to speak. This one knows the terrain very well. This one knows how to, the map and all of the mappings. Get your people in committees like that. Then get your men of war in your community, those strong ones who are agile. Even if they are also smart, some of them are very good at technology or building weapons, let them be in that weapon session and at the same time functioning as people who are going to fight. So they are going to double, they are going to play double responsibility or take double action when the time comes. You build your weapons and then you tell your people how to hide them. I don't need to tell you that here, live here. You look for means. There are many ways to hide weapons. Secure them so that the fire and all that will not consume them. You secure these things and then you build safety dens for your people, your family, so that in case there's an attack or there's a radio, a noise coming from somewhere, you get they know quickly they're going in there, and then you take cover, and then from there you're attacking. Because once you set one of them ablaze or you set one of them into confusion, and then they get confused, all of them will get confused. And even if at that point of confusion, they cannot even see very well. Their mind is to escape. At that point, you already. Now, this fish line, somebody was talking about it the other time. I think it's called a fish line, yes. This thin, very thin fish line, like very thin, that even if it's here, somebody can be passing, doesn't even know, as the person is rushing, would not even know that this is here. That thing alone, set it in different place, bury it in several places in your rows. Let your community know that this is strategy. People avoid this place. We have this here. Avoid this, avoid that. So when these enemies are coming, you begin to now, by the time they are trying to escape or they are coming and all of that, and you have set one ablaze, or you have that bomb, that local bomb have been thrown and exploded on one, and that one is on fire, then he's confused, he's screaming, he has thrown away, he's gone, he's looking for a way to escape. Others are confused and they are trying to run. And then you begin to throw those bombs on them. And then those lines and all of that, those ones who are running on bikes, your line is finishing them. And then by then, roadblocks would have been done. As they are moving, they are trying to escape, there are roadblocks. How would they escape with their bikes? They can't. So they will be forced to come down, and start running. Or maybe the roadblock will hit them with their bike, they will fall. And you pick their weapons. You disarm them. This is what we are saying. I don't want to make this broadcast long so that we can circulate this video and send the message to people. Every community in Biafra, if my community is doing it, your community is doing it, and the other person's community is doing it, you will discover that we will secure our land, and then it will be easier for ESN. ESN will now secure our borders as soon as the time. They want to force us to come out, but there is a plan and program. So on the interim, everybody must begin to take up these tactics, because it is crucial and very important. Very, very crucial and important. You cannot be there and observing these people kill you, for God's sake. How? Let me play that video. Let me play that video so that you can see how annoying that video is. Young men are, showing people are running. Please come and help us. There are so many videos I want to play, but all those ones with blood and all of that, all those killings, I don't want to play them because they may be censored, and all of that, or they may be, I may be sanctioned, and all of that on YouTube also. Now, do you notice that in those videos, most of them, you'll hear people saying the government should come and help us? Is it that what is wrong with our people? Which government? Which government wants to come and help you? Is it that our people they just want to talk, or what? Or is it an undercover statement? Let me just believe it's an undercover statement, because I don't see any normal Biafran talking about government at this time, because we don't have a government. We don't even have our sovereignty yet. Not to talk about government. You only have a government when you are sovereign. You can only have a government in exile, giving you orders so that we can attain that sovereignty to install a democratic government after our sovereignty. So we don't have a sovereignty. How come you are talking about government? Because you talk about government when you have your sovereignty as a nation. You can't be a slave and talk about a government of your own. You will only have a government that is not your own. Either people who have been used to enslave you that are from your people, or the people who are enslaving those people who are enslaving you. So it is not your government, it is their government lording over you or controlling you. Let me play that video. Now listen, just watch that video and watch how annoying it is and how our people are. You imagine this happening in our generation. Generation of intelligent people, generation of powerful people, generation of intellectuals, generation of brilliant people, generation of able-bodied people, both whether social wise, internet wise, whatever wise, we are intelligent. And yet some marauders we just enter into a community, shoot, and everybody become afraid. Everybody carry their bag on their head and start moving and asking government, see what is happening to us. Oh Lord have mercy. That must stop. Let's watch this video.
These my people running from a Nguji autonomous community. They are running from their life. I greet you, bros. Yeah, and buying abortion all the way from Nguji. Inside Ward 3. This is Ward 3. This is what is happening like in Nigeria. Our people is what is happening in Iran. What is happening? Our people is running better as Canada. This is Gucci, autonomous community. Everybody is running. We have what it takes.
What is the drive now?
This is Nguji
This
This is Nguji Elhan. This is my place. What is happening?
Now, did you notice something in that video? You see able-bodied men, able-bodied people, able-bodied women running from a group of people, few people, a whole community running away from their land just because of some few people, because they have AK-47. When even the community people have what it takes more than. These are people who came, some of them who came against ESN. We don't want ESN now. They could talk against their own people. We don't want ESN in our land. We don't want ESN in our land. They fought ESN. They are running from Fulanis. Few people. Look at able-bodied men, some of them holding a child, some of them carrying bag, walking away from their ancestral lands. Because they cannot come together. Their ego. But they can quarrel, they can beat their wives can beat the men. They can tell you how radical they are. They can tell you, they can come to the Umuna meeting, talk anyhow, abuse themselves, fight themselves, but they cannot fight Fulani. They are running away from their own lands. They are running away from their own lands. These tactics that I've given today, you're going to hear more and more. This is just the beginning. I don't want to make this video long. Send this information to them. Let them begin to do what they have to do. I'm going to go to the message column. Maybe most of you have sent messages that I need to read out now. And of course, if you want to call in now, you can call in. The number has been on the screen for long, so I'm going to take it off as I've been to display messages right now. You can call in, and then if you have anything to add to what I've said that you think the people, or an information you need to pass on to the people, you can pass it on so that the people can get to understand what you are saying. You can call in now if you want to call in. I've opened the lines for anybody to call who wants to call in now. So you can call in if you want to, but if you can't call in, you send a message and I'm going to read it out. If you have a tactics or something you think that people should do, let's begin to rub minds, because we can't sit down and watch. We have 100 days to our freedom, but you cannot allow our communities to be taken over by some before time. And we cannot allow some of our people to be killed unreasonably, like cowards. No, our land cannot be like the North. It can't be. So let's read the messages now. Let me go to the messages now that you have displayed here. Evermat says flash the number on this page. Okay, I've done that now. I've been doing that. I've done that a long time ago. Well done, Mr. Kelechi, Mr. Kale. You don't host our Yoruba Brothers media team again today, like you said. And we're doing it from next week. We're trying to sort some stuff. We have already concluded that we're going to start next week. So definitely expect the publicity to begin very soon. We're going to have it strongly next week, Friday, 1st of December 2022. So please, Emmanuel Afre, we're going to do that. Definitely, as much as I say it, definitely we'll do it. So we're doing it strongly. So just expect Shadrach Odinakachuku. And good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much, Shadrach, for joining. Good to have you. Ugochi Judith. Greetings, Casey. Thank you, Ugochi Judith. Good to have you here. And we have Mwokike Dabrechi. Greetings from here, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Mwokike Dabrechi. I greet you also. Princess E, good PM brother and Biafrans all over the world. Thank you, Princess E. Thank you all. Thank you all. And Mwokike Dabrechi says 100 days to go home. God is with Biafra. Biafra. Thank you so much, Dabrechi. Yes, God is with us. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. Without fear, when the spirit of Biafra possesses you, there's no fear. They thought when they held Mazin and Mikano, they're going to kill the cause of freedom. They don't know they have worsened it. Because the anger we are coming in with now, Princess E, Nigeria is a British company. Yes. And that is why we must end that company. Chinenye MC, good evening, Bro Casey. Thank you, Chinenye. Good evening to you too. Iwunne, thank you. Good afternoon, Magic Kelechi. Thank you, Iwunne. Good to have you, to see you here. Margaret Jogwet says, yes, Magic Kelechi, I'm mad about those. Okay, I'm mad. Maybe that's what you want to say about those ones that call themselves Igbo politicians and leaders. Those ones, they are going to, in fact, I don't want to say anything online here. Mazi Samanepa knows we know what we're doing in that regard. So I want to talk about that. Margaret, correct question. Mazi Kelechi ask them. There's a question of whether they have anybody fighting for freedom in that place where they're killing them. Okay, I know that's what you're responding to. When they do not mind those fools, they are talking about what we are doing is causing insecurity in Biafra land. Have you asked what is causing insecurity in the north? Is anybody there asking for freedom? Clearly, they don't really understand the agenda. Okay, let me read it again. That message went off. And clearly, they don't really understand the agenda of the Fulanis. Their mind need resetting. That is it. Their mind need resetting. And that is why we're doing this program. So that we can reset the minds of our people. That's why I don't want to make it too long. This message too long tomorrow. And so we're going to continue. Remember, tomorrow we're going to be having our guest, Pastor Ike, in the house. He's going to be speaking strongly on this. And he's going to be giving ideas on what people need to do in the communities. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Biafra time, we're going to have him here on the Nugget Conference. He's going to be speaking to us. He was in the time of the war, so he knows things about it, about the war. He was there, and he's going to be talking about what we need to do now also to be part of rescuing and defeating these evil people around us. So that's it. Thank you so much, Aubrey's Dishes. Thank you for that. Let me go to the next message. Odinaka Chuku Shedrack. We are going home 2023. Biafra land is our target. 100 days to go, and we're going with MNK. Biafra will come. Yes, thank you, Shedrack. Definitely, that is our mandate, and we shall fulfill it. Their brains are no more functional. You won't know, yes, definitely. And that is why we are doing what we have to do to correct the brains, and then we're doing what we are doing to free ourselves and to destroy this government-sponsored, Nigerian government-sponsored idiots, infidels, who are calling other people infidels. Can you imagine nonchalant idiots? Aubrey's Dishes, the Enugu Umada are now protesting in Enugu. Biafra Unite is showing it. So that's all they know how to do, protest. It's something to organize them. Who are they protesting to? Who are they protesting to? Is it the international community that will come and help them? Or is it the same politicians that the Fulanis put there over them to rule them, that they are protesting to come and help? We like engaging in trivial matters, frivolities. When you call protest, they want to come out and begin to talk, hey, whole placard. That's the thing is everything is about jamboree because we love celebration. We are used to celebrating everything jamboree, either masquerade or party or music or burial. You see them even in burial, they are drinking, dancing, shaking, doing everything, feeling high, fighting who is going to take the share of meat and who is going to collect a cow, who they are going to give cow. My grandmom died. They are talking about buying cow. I told them, you people are mad. When she was alive, how much did you give her? You are talking about buying cow. Don't count me to all this nonsense. We're going to bury her. We'll contribute money as we're going to do. But telling me to buy cow to give from her side, the family of her side, give them cow, and then we buy some things. They are going to give us a bill because she's dead. They are mad. Because my grandmama is dead. They will now give me a bill. somebody that was married. They will not give me bill to go and buy a cow and buy other things for a dead woman. But when she was alive, nobody was thinking of, let's build her a house, let's do this, or let's give her this. Why didn't you contribute that money and give it to her when she was alive? Let her enjoy the money, eat it, and let her eat it until she dies. Now she's dead. You want to buy car, you want to buy this, you want to build this, you want to do that, you want to do that. So we have to contribute so millions to do that. For what? I'm saying it here. Let them hear me from the media too. That we don't take nonsense. When we get Biafra, we'll correct all this madness. We're not people who are people like Jamboree, enjoyment. They will kill the cow now. They will eat tomorrow. They go shit. That's all. They are satisfied. They like Jamboree. Now, protest, everybody come out, they will tie their wrapper. Maybe they will tie the same wrapper and then the same blouse because they want to showcase the other cloth they bought the other time in their meeting, village meeting. They will not carry placards. We are dying. Come and save us. Nonsense. Tweet Diva. Well done, Chineke. Thank you so much, Tweet Diva. Thank you. Chineke, good afternoon, sir. BGN. Thank you, Uchechu Chineke, for your message. Chiam Abunike. Chiam Abunike. Obunike, sorry. I think it will be better for our spokesperson, Mazi Samanepa, to give these instructions to our people. Yes, he's going to be doing that. He's going to be doing that from this evening. He said he's going to do that from this evening. Edith Nedu, also the joint broadcast, media broadcast, maybe we shall also at that time, or when I have the opportunity, I do that. Edith Nedu, the ones who kill us are the French, the English, and the Americans. Definitely we know, but we know those who they are using. We cannot go to the French land and their land to do anything to them, but we must stop the people they are using. They know they can. Now, let me tell you something. Do you know why the US can easily have their military in Iran or in Iraq, Syria, and all of these places, securing their interest, their oil interest, and all of that? They can do that because they know they can't trust those people to secure their own interest. Because those people prefer their own interest. They prefer to give their fellow terrorists that they're fighting that opportunity than to give the Americans. Because they see you as an infidel. Even if we are having our internal fight, let us fight. But you coming in, just like what the Emir told Lord Lugard, don't come. We are fighting. Yes, I know these people are fighting me, but don't come. I don't need your help. They will prefer that. So because of that, they will send their forces there in the name of forces, peacekeeping force, so that they will protect their interest, their oil interest. But in Africa, they don't need to send their forces to protect their interest. They know that the Fulanese and these marauders are going to protect their own interest because they know that if they don't, this land does not, to them, the land does not belong to anybody. It doesn't belong to the Fulanese. So the Fulanese would also want to do something to make them happy too, so that they will allow them to enjoy the benefits. So they know that we ourselves will not be able to defend ourselves. We are stupid. We want to sell ourselves. They know our attitude that we are betrayers and we are sellouts. So they know that even without their forces being here, all they need to do is to put somebody like Katrina Lang, their high commissioner, and all those people in their embassies to monitor what is going on. They don't need their forces to be around. The only time they need their forces is when a Britain or maybe a Britain, not people like Africans who become Britain, like Mazinam, they have refused, they have abandoned. Or an American, then they will send their Marines and all of that to come there, pick their person, kill all the people who kidnap their person, take their person away, and leave you again to continue to die. Leave the same people to continue to kill you. They know that they don't need to send any force to actually secure their interest because we ourselves will betray ourselves and fall into the hands of the people they have put over us to lord over us or to subjugate us. They know that we will betray ourselves into the hands of these people, the Fulanis that they have put over to conquer us. So they don't need us. They don't need to get their forces together to actually to say anything, to actually protect their interests. That's the truth. Let me pick the call from. Okay, please. You are live now, live and direct. Good afternoon from here on Biafra Global Network. Please go on.
Good afternoon, Margaret Kelechi.
Yes. Good afternoon, Margaret Jog. Where? That's how you call it. Good afternoon. Yeah. Good to have you. Please go on.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon. How is everything going?
Thank God. Please go on. God.
Yeah. My question or contribution, I don't know which one to call it.
Okay.
These our can I say our Igbo politicians?
Yes.
And also the Igbo elders, and also some of the Igbo men and women. I don't even know where to start.
Yes.
What did they think? Do they think in their mind is this? When this Fulani or the ICC or the SWAP, when they empty, they come in, but God forbid, if they come in and take over, they think that they will leave them. Is this what is in their mind? They think they will go free.
Mm.
I don't know because I am here. I remember what happened in Iraq. Remember Iraq?
Yes.
Iraq, America equipped
Yes.
strength.
Yes.
This swab, IC enter them.
Yes.
They run and leave all the army equipment for them. Then this IC have to capture the thing. They start to behead people, both the rich and poor in Iraq. All of
Yes.
them were running. I think we are here. You have to, community have to come. So do they even bomb mosque, bomb whatever? Do they think if these people enter Biafra land, they think that they will spare them? That's what they think, that they don't want to say something and come out and do something, support. Eh? I don't know. Eh?
So
How these people
unfortunate.
can carry knife, cut people head like I think they're cutting their animals. This is not human being. They're not human being. Again, what I'm saying, I'm praying every day. I say, God, if God will help us, if we can secure no election in Biafra land by every means, believe me, evidence is over.
We will.
If we can, by God's grace,
We will.
secure it that no way they will make election in Biafra land. Believe me, Biafra is settled.
That's
That
it.
is only where I am praying. That is only where I'm telling my prayer.
That's
Let
it.
this election not hold.
With the last
By
drain
fire,
of our
by
blood,
fire.
we shall secure that.
That is all my prayer all this while, though. Honestly, because I can't understand all the businessmen and women in Biafra land that have money. Eh? They see what is happening. They close mouth. They don't want to talk. Even bring money, millions, they put in the bank.
That's it. That's it.
Say full and we kidnap. They collect 100 million. We're not kidnapping. We're just begging. Oh, Chineke. I don't know. I wish I have that money. God knows. Oh, Chineke. I don't know what to say. Every day I cry, yo. Every day I cry when I see the children. They cut their head, I cry. I'm a mother. Oh, Chineke. I don't know. I'm not even name. Hell, I don't know what to do. Hell, I don't know what to do. God of mercy. Hell, Chineke, I've not eaten. I have no eating. Hey, Chineke. Oh God, the politicians signing man. Hey, Chineke, na. Hell. I'm just every day I'm crying. Every day I'm crying. My children are asking, I say, look at my country where I come from, or see where I come from. Every day I'm crying, every day. Even if I'm here, I have my brothers and sisters. We are 8. I still have 6 there with their children and their brothers and their children. Not even talking about my aunties and I'm talking about my the same mother, the same father. Blood. Eh? Hey, I'm not there, I'm not happy.
God will help us, and we're going to take our freedom by force. We're going to take our freedom. We're going to take our freedom.
Anyway, well done. I think I just want to call and talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm delighted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you so much. You hear the cry of a mother? You hear the cry of a mother? That is how the blood of our people are crying from the graves, from the ground. Some of them, their blood was shed on the ground without being buried. Their blood was drained out of them before they were buried. You hear the cry of a mother. That is why we're not going to take for granted this time. You see this no election, we must accomplish it. That's why we'll not take for granted this moment. And anybody who stands against our freedom, that person will have their generation to regret it. Every betrayer will have their generation to regret it. You hear the cry of a mother? My heart bleeds when I hear mothers cry this way. My heart bleeds when I hear our people cry, when I hear our children cry, when I hear our people cry, when I hear our mothers especially cry. My heart bleeds. We will do everything to take our freedom. speaking to those one Nigerianists that have made themselves instrument of evil and instrument of the devil. You better be careful. You better be careful. You one Nigerianists, you better be careful, because your cup is full. You have decided to become a stooge, to be a hindrance to the people who want freedom. I don't know why you would prefer to be a slave than to be a freedom, than to be free. I don't know why somebody will look at, with common sense, will agree or accept to be a slave than to be free. When we get our freedom, we'll still get to do elections. So if you are an election freak, why not wait for freedom? If you're an election freak, then referendum is also an election. Because as at the point of a referendum, you are electing to be part of a place. And then on that auspices of your decision, you can now carry out an election. And that is why we're going to stop that election. Every election in Biafra land, no one will hold. We will stop it. And then we take our freedom. Obasanjo gave out Bakassi in his quest for third term to rule the zoo. I witnessed Nigeria soldiers pulled out after the French judge ruled it from Cameroon. Obasanjo ordered the withdrawal forces, Evermart. So painful. I remember that judgment then. So painful. For British, they used Takia, which is high-level deception of teaching Hausa children. That is it. They have used that Takia to brainwash them. That's why you have to, all of them in your community, they are suspects. Every one of them, they are suspects. They use Takia tactics, deception, pretending they are teaching Hausa children. That's what they did. That's what they did. Good afternoon, Kelechi. I searched everywhere for this. Don't you know that we are addicted? Okay, I'm trying to understand. Mrs. Zion, please. I searched everywhere for this. Don't you know that we are addicted? I'm trying to place this statement to understand it well. Please send another message to make me understand. Everma says, that was unbelievable. I witnessed that because I was living in Calabar. Okay, then the whole city of Calabar was surprised as the people Bakassi had to give up their ancestral land. Just like that. Our people are so wicked. And this same man, I don't know what to call him. I don't like insulting elders. He's there talking about Tigray and Ethiopia, trying to be a peace ambassador. Oh, we are not, they don't know what is coming. Stella Uzuka, they have killed millions. They have killed millions. They have killed millions. Mr. Gaza, the killing of our people must stop. Full stop. And that is what we are saying. It must stop. And we must do everything. It is not, we are not, it's not, we don't depend. You see all these religious people who are making they go to church and start praying. Pray that this killing will stop. We are not anybody who comes to prophesy. Anybody you see them, tell them to get out of your space. That's how they do. They manipulate. They will tell them now to contribute, put offering to secure the freedom of their communities. That they will not be killed. Good man, David. Good day, my brother, my beloved brother. Thank you, good man. I'm delighted to have your message. See, today I'm very stern and very angry because of what is going on. My smiles are not even as much as it's supposed to be because I'm so pained and angry inside of me. All these issues, I can't even wait for this miracle to happen. This miracle of our freedom must happen. That's the last miracle Chukwu Okike will do because Africa's freedom depends on it. Good job, Mazi. Thank you so much, Edith Nedu. Thank you so much, Edith Nedu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Edith Nedu. Okay, Biafra must come and say there was no display there. 1,000,000% supported. The slaughtering of our people must be put to an end by fire, by force. Thank you for supporting that. And every right Biafran must support this. They pretend to be peaceful and lie through their teeth. They call it Takia. Adat Zion is coming. Thank you so much, Mrs. Adat Zion. Takia. Imagine infidels, idiots, put together something, call it Takia, and use it as a weapon. And we oh Lord have mercy. Oh my God, I don't know. Stella Uzuka, Buhari used opening of borders to kill millions. That's what he did. They opened the borders. They say when you touch Boko Haram, you have touched the north. Mrs. Adat Zion says, looking at the map of Africa behind you and seeing all that. That's why I intentionally put it, so that people can see what we have and see what these people are after. That is why the Arab world wants to take over Africa using the Fulanis. And the British don't mind if the Arab world takes it, because they know that when the Arab world takes it, they will tell them it's not your land. You know it's not your land. So whatever you are getting here, you are sharing it. That's why. So when they take it using the Fulanis will feel obliged to make sure that they give them, because they know if they don't give them, they will come and attack them. Africa is poor. Makes me want to cry. God endowed us with the natural and mineral resources God endowed us with. Yet we are poor. Our children are starving. People are, I know how many calls I receive every day. Bros, I need this, I need that. And you have to keep telling stories, because you two have so many things to do. Yet they are calling you, cousins are calling you, nephews, nieces, people, friends, people who know you, calling you for support. People are hungry. I don't have money for this. I need to take care of this. Oh Lord, have mercy. Yet we have all of these. Our population will get enough if these things are collected rightly and shared. Our population will get enough. If we have times 10 of the African population today, these resources will not even drain. Obris dishes. You are 110% correct, Kelechi. My Hausa friends still sided with the Fulanis when I'm telling them off. They tell me that their grandfather is either Fulani or their sisters married one. They mixed the blood. That is what they want to do to our people. Kill our men and take our women. And then they will not tell you we are together. We are one. It is part of the takia. It is part of the technique, the jihad. And somebody will come and tell us why are we fighting? We should take election. Oh my God. That's why Igbo name themselves Nduka. Life is supreme. Life first. Nduka. That's why because we have some principles, understanding, some ideology that govern our thinking, our operation, our models of operation, or method of operation, or modus vivendi, our way of life. Because we understand what life is. That's why even our names can give you a history or a story, or our names can teach you. It doesn't make sense. Consumption of the evil and the enemy's cow meat has turned all their brains to chalk. They have lost their ability to think. I don't want to even believe that it is even that meat, because I too have eaten that meat before. But because their hearts are evil. See, evil does not come to people. Don't carry out evil when evil is suggested to them, just because it is suggested or they were brainwashed to do it, but because they have a nature that they have subjected themselves to that is evil. Every one of us have a tendency of evil, but because we already have a mind that we don't want to patronize evil, so even when evil comes, we say no. And that is why when people now want to brainwash us in the line of evil, we say, no, we know this is wrong, this is right. We know what is right, we know what is wrong. That is why some of today, those of us who are preaching the truth, are not going with the Nzama people or the E-frogs. Because even if we can subject ourselves to evil, we tell ourselves, no, it pays to be true and to stand for truth. And that's why we're standing for truth and speaking the truth. No inch of our land will be taken by enemy. Never. And that is what we have said. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Chika, all hail Biafra. Biafra we stand for. Esther Chujum, greetings, my son. Thank you. I have searched your morning, almost given up. Thank you for this lecture. Please do more of it. I will, definitely. We actually were supposed to come by 1 p.m., but the guest we were supposed to have today said he will be available by 2, so I had to put it for 2, but he's not still here. But still, the gospel must be preached. Nobody holds us to ransom. So Mr. Dazan says next Friday is not the 1st of December, it's the 2nd. Okay, yeah, it's the 2nd of December. Sorry for that. Okay. So next Friday, we're going to begin with the Oduduwa Nation. We're going to be talking more and dealing on these issues that concerns all of us. Franca Okonkwo, greetings, everyone. Thank you, Franca. Good to see you here again. It is a nice one. Thank you, Edith. Maybe thank you so much, Chika. The main problem is our people don't believe we are at war. I don't know. I don't know whether they want even the enemies to come and announce to them first before they know we're at war. I don't know what people are thinking. I don't know how people have become so low in their reasoning. They believe that the Fulanis are their friends. Seth Wanoche, our young brother, your boys have to understand this message. It's very important. That's why, please, after now, please, let's share this message. Send it to people in the village. Tell them, listen to this message. Send it far and wide. Send it to people you know abroad with you over there overseas. Tell them to send it to their people in their communities, because all of them are coming from one community or the other. Chika, yes, they believe they will just exit with private jets. Let's see how they're going to do that. Manuel Afre, just imagine, they fought against CSN to stay. Now they can't even fight to defend themselves. Oh, well, let's just keep that aside. You understand? That is the painful part, but let's keep it aside so that we can save them first. Then we now scold them after. Most of these able-bodied now to carry people, wives, and sabotage the freedom, they are good. Some of them are obedient. That's it. So they can sponsor, they can even quarrel among themselves, poison their brother, threaten to kill their fellow person because of land. Fight over land, fight in their own meeting. Then Fulani comes, they run. How many of them? 100 against thousands, and they are running. Look at them carrying their loads. I was just watching that. I was seeing able-bodied people. See all the way they were walking from. They are still agile, walking, carrying loads and agile. With those strength, their brain is empty. You need to tell them the hard truth so that they will understand. Unstoppable movement TV. It is well, madam. It is well. It is well. It's painful, but what do we do? It is well. You know how our mothers cry? Even the ones that are saying it's well here too, they cry inside. Our people are crying. Even though my sister, God is with you, with us. It's when it's fundraising. Fundraising is on Saturday. Yes, is it on Saturday? I'll get to know that so that by tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be tomorrow. Fundraising is supposed to be tomorrow. Yes, it's tomorrow. Yes, please. I'll check it out still to confirm. I'll check it out. It's supposed to be tomorrow. Edith Nedu. That's it. We're all crying. As I'm talking to you, I'm feeling very pained in my heart. Good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you so much, Unstoppable. Thank you so much. It's well. It will all end in praise. All hail Biafra. That's the kind of your first end in praise. You know, that's his narrative. So that's not this kind of ending praise where you manipulate people. We're talking about ending in praise in the true sense of ending in praise. Thank you so much, my brother, for that. It will end in praise, definitely. Good afternoon, Mazi Kelechi. Thank you, Zama Nicholas. Please, let's listen to this broadcast and circulate. I don't want to make it too long. Thank you, brother. We appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you so much, Ejia Basi. Thank you so much, Catherine. I want to thank you all. Please like this video now. Like it, because when you like it, it sends signal to other people. And then also you have to share it also so that people can watch. Share it on all your social media platforms. Send it to your personal contacts, whether abroad or home, or whether in Biafra land or in Oduduwa land or wherever you are, or in Europe, in America, in Asia, in Australia, wherever you are. Send it to them. When you send it to them, tell them to send to people in their villages, in their communities. Send to one person. Let that person in that community circulate to other people in that community. If they don't have means, let them show them. Let them listen to it together. They sit together in the family. They put it on speaker. They have all these devices, this speaker. Connect it and let everybody hear it so that they will all begin to put hands together. This is how we disseminate information. David Chinenye, thank you so much for your thumbs up and all of that. Thank you so much. Unstoppable Movement TV, Unstoppable. You're doing a great job. Mazi Kelechi, thank you so much. Unstoppable. Thank you. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank Mazi Samanepa, who is standing tall in this regard and steering the ship on behalf of Mazi Nambikano, as he has ordered him to do and has instructed him to do. He's doing it perfectly well. I want to thank Mazi Nambikano for actually bringing our people up to this and waking us up earlier before we were consumed. I want to thank him, and we are praying for his protection and his safety and his health and we declare that he will be with us. We are going to march. He's going to lead us from the front. He said it, and it will surely come to pass. I want to thank Oduduwa People Nation Professor Banji Akintoye. I want to thank Sunday Iboho, Adeyemo Iboho. I want to thank Koiki Media and all the media personnel of the Oduduwa Nation. That means the Oduduwa World Media Organization. I want to thank the media team for IPOB. We are the media team, the real media team of IPOB. So we don't need to put autopilot for you to know we are the real media team of IPOB. So I want to thank them all, my comrades, my fellow comrades. This evening we're going to be coming. We have our joint broadcast this evening, so please join us in that joint broadcast. And of course, I want to thank Umuada, the work they are doing. I want to thank those who are in various committees doing great works, and I want to thank those who are contributing funds to fund ESN. I want to thank the ESN and the Alliance and our international collaborators and partners, everyone who is part of this. I want to thank everyone who is standing strong. I want to thank the people of the Middle Belt and Governor Autumn, who is standing strong. And I know that something is cooking in the background. We're working together. We're going to get that freedom together. Nigeria will go down, and we're going to raise the flag of our nations, individual nations, together. We're going to raise the flag of our individual nations. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this. Now we'll go on so that we will all Naki Nigeria government, inclusive government head in grave. Yes, we're going to do that. Definitely, we will destroy them. Just that I don't want to make this too long, because sometimes some people may not be able to watch it so long because of their data. So I have to just stop here. Tomorrow we'll continue. We're going to have our guest in the house who was in the war. Also during the war, he was there, and he's going to also give you more tips on what to do wherever you are in your communities. 1 p.m. Biafra time here on Nugget Conference tomorrow on this platform, Biafra Global Network. He will be here live with us to actually talk to us. Pastor Ike will be here live with us to talk to us. He's going to be here. I read that the Dragon has deployed Umoma to Ihamugu, who are doing the needful. Yeah, we don't. I don't want to talk about, the work is ongoing. Quite right, Esther. Work is ongoing, but we are making our people understand. In spite of the work going, we are giving the people the tips of what to do so that they don't relax. Because anytime you tell them that ESM is working, all of that, they just relax. That's why everybody's relaxing in their communities. But you must make them think and assume that nothing is working, that everything is in their hands. Let's make them reason and think that everything is in their hands. Uzomaka Nicholas, fundraising is tomorrow, Saturday 26th. Yes, tomorrow is fundraising. I remember, yes. Tomorrow is fundraising, 26th is the fundraising. So please be part of it. That money you're hiding in the bank, if Fulani comes to cut your head, you are not going to take it anywhere. So you better bring out that money, even if you have to empty your savings or take half of your savings. Put it there. It is more profitable. I'm telling you, because these men need weapons. We need that warship that Ejiofor was talking about. We need that warship. That stupid man that don't have sense telling us want to buy warship, thinking he's making a point by saying want to buy warship. He doesn't know that we need warship, or he thinks we are joking, or he thinks we are playing. We're talking about our freedom. He's coming to tell us if we want to buy warship. And so, what's your business? You're a lawyer to defend your client, which of course we know you're not defending. You are just an hypocrite and an eye of our enemies. You are telling us we want to buy warship. What's your business if you want to buy warship? Are we fighting for you? We're fighting for ourselves. That idiot called Ejiofor. Obri's dishes, Biafran women take over Enugu. As they are taking over Enugu, let the men begin to gather themselves, and the strong ladies begin to gather themselves. Thank you all. I want to thank you all for being part of this. Please circulate this message and share this. Please, I keep saying it, share it, share it. It's important so that our people get the message and all of that. I'll play the video one more time and then we'll shut down for today. Prepare for tomorrow, 1 p.m., where we're going to have our guest on the Nugget Conference show. And he's going to be speaking to us on his experiences and the things we need to do now to actually get the results that we need to get. Thank you so much. We appreciate the women in Enugu doing the protest, but we want the energetic men and everybody to go into business now. Very urgent. Everywhere, even if it has not come to your community, go in there and do the needful. Thank you all for being part of this. It was a live broadcast, and I thank you. I appreciate you. It was a nice time having you. Your messages, all of you have sent messages. Margaret Ijogwe for calling, and every one of you who have actually sent messages. Thank you so much. And that cry of Margaret Ijogwe represents the cry of Biafra, and it will not be taken for granted. We must get our freedom. Thank you all. I love you all, and God bless you. Very good. My name is Kelechi Ambrose, and your servant.
These my people running from a Nguji autonomous community. They are running from their life. Agree to bros. Yeah, and buying abortion all the way from Umbuchi. Inside Water. This is Water. This is what is happening like in Lami.
Engine oil down
Nigeria. And people is what is happening in Lami. What is happening? People is running better as can. This is Uchi autonomous community. Which everybody is running. We have what it takes.
Hey! What was it they drive now?
This is Uchi This is Uchi This is my place. What is happening?